That's dumb. You have to put go live. Anyway,
Oh,
sorry. We did like a whole. We had gone for like a whole 5 minutes, not knowing that in YouTube you have to hit the go live stream.
okay, I see it now
Hashtag
for
no.
sure.
Hashtag no music,
Hashtag
no
no music,
intro.
no intro.
This is
I
this is why we
see
got
it
to
now.
work. Yeah, this is why we got to work the kinks out. Second week of us doing a live show for the Saints Block Party podcast. We apologize for the technical difficulties. We are dummies, and this is we're still working out kinks of doing live streams and live shows. So that P Carmichael, put that on me. That's on me.
It's
That's
all
on me.
me. I got to be better. Got to be better.
um, shout out to we did like a whole shout out to everyone in the chat already.
Shout
Since
out,
y'all
bro.
didn't see it. Shout out to Brian. Shout out to Dante. Shout out to Carrie. Shout out to Victor, Mitch, Tony, Dash, Bunch in this bitch.
Yes.
Shout out to everyone being in here. We realize it is late. It is 8
Carrie in
p.m.
here.
Uh,
Victor Vinegar. I don't know who that is, but shout out. Dash.
much love.
Brian. Mind of Reese. What's up?
Mike Reese,
Pelly.
Nick, got our Chris Pelly in this. So
Mike.
we're happy to do these. We're excited to do these. We are going to try to keep them short. So because we started late and whatever, we'll try to go about to like 8:40 ish Pacific time, 8:45. But we want to open this up every week where we can talk and have conversations about these New Orleans Saints, about this off season. But also we want to be mindful that, and Ryan made a great point that no one fucking saw or heard except for me. Oh, can I? I got to get better at the cussing thing with YouTube. That we don't want to become like. Obviously, we are gonna keep things real, and we are not gonna sugarcoat things, but we don't want to become just a super negative, Saints podcast that all we talk about is negativity. But it's very hard for us. There are some positives with the team, like player wise, like some players. There's a positive with some players, but other than that, like it's hard. But we want to make this thing a thing about a community and having people involved. So I think we're going to try starting next week to have someone from the community, whether it be someone from our Patreon or someone from our YouTube subscribers, join us and be on the show with us. As, obviously, if y'all want to be, like, we're not going to force anyone to be on the show, because really, like, we can't call it a block party podcast if we don't include the block, right? It can't just be us.
The block in there, man. Yeah.
Got to. So let's just start off like this is just gonna be open forum. Hope you got your drink, or if you don't drink, whatever you want to be drinking on the night, have that with you. We open in the floor of what
Shoot up some questions. Yeah,
questions.
Super chat. You want your question on the top? Like got the super chat and all that. I don't know how that work. Well, no, I know how to work. You just hit the little thing down there, super chat, whatever. Get your question up there. But we taking them all, man. Like I don't care. We talk about Saints. We talk about playoffs this weekend. We can talk about life, money, war.
I don't know if we the niggas are talking about money with everybody right now. Shout out
JFK.
To Ooh, now you talking my language right there, right?
JFK.
Kerry says right now it's not a whole lot of right now it's a whole lot of negatives. So y'all just keeping it 100.
For real. What up,
That's all we can do. Can I just drop just like a little thing just for people who join the live show? I think everyone has had some type of assumption like maybe Ronald Curry would become like OC or whatever. I don't think that's in the cards, bro. I don't think it's in the cards. I don't think it's in the cards, man.
I can believe it, bro.
So we did get a super chat from Brian W. He asked, why not try Trevor Penning at defensive tackle? He's huge and aggressive, so maybe he can help us out and run fits. Just a thought.
I thought about that one day. It's like, could he? Nah. I mean, he's an old lineman, you know.
Yeah, that's a hard ask for someone who's played tackle his whole football career. Just ask him to become like a defensive tackle is completely different type of thing.
The fact we to that point though that we answered that question, bro, it's just it's crazy, bro. Like
The fact. Okay, wait, let's put it into context though. We're to this point where he was injured almost all of his rookie season. He got what 4 starts into his second season, and until he was like effectively like benched like permanently. It doesn't make any sense. It does not make any sense.
Makes no sense, bro. And it's like, where do you go from here? Because Penning, I mean, left tackle, you can't go into next year saying like, okay, well, Penning's gonna be our left tackle. You can't. Obviously, you can't do that. So
a good team could, but I digress. Yes,
but you know, Pete sitting there like, what's up, baby? Y'all try to get rid of me. You know? And I'm telling you, like Pete played good enough where he's going to get interest from multiple teams.
Absolutely, he will.
So I mean, they got to go step up. So now you pay Pete to come back. So now Penny definitely is not a left tackle because you're paying the guy to come back unless Pete come back on a cheap deal, which I don't expect him to.
The best case for the Saints would be Ram to retire because that would help them out cap wise, and maybe seeing potentially if I throw all these adjectives at when talking about Trevor Penning, but my thing is I don't trust like the source. Like I don't trust the team's coaching or actual scouting of him as a player. So I say everything I say with the asterisk is that maybe he becomes the right tackle and can make a transition there, and at least you have some type of so now you're not trying to find like a right tackle, although like Landon Young played pretty well when he had to when he filled in for Ryan Ramczyk. Kerry asks, this is the burning question. Do y'all think AK is gone?
It is a burning one, not Kerry. Because we always go to like, well, the cap. We know there's ways around that. You know what I'm saying? If both sides want to make it happen, especially AK, they can make the money work. You know what I'm saying?
So here's where it gets interesting to me. They paid Marshawn, what was it, 2 seasons ago, and now they're trying to trade him, or they're open to a trade for him. Kind of similar with Taysom, where they paid him. Was that one of Sean's last deals, if I remember correctly? Like when in his final season. So the team paid.
Got his boy
Taysom,
paid, bro.
Got him paid. I mean, to be fair, like he scores touchdowns, bro. Like
he's worth it. I'm not saying he's not worth it, but
yeah. But yeah, for sure his boy got Taysom paid, and what now 3 seasons later, because of what he's making, potentially, if they can trade him and get what they consider a valuable draft pick, that might be on the table. That was what they were trying to do prior to this season. It didn't materialize. I think there may be either like a bigger market or maybe there's more effort to trade Taysom this offseason because of his cap number or what have you. Before this season started, the team was very, I won't say set, but very open and wanting to do like an extension with AK if there was like that old AK season, right? So the season that just passed. So then my question then goes, if you wanted to do an extension with him prior to the season that just ended, what changes them in the mindset that now maybe you're thinking about trading him? And you could say the play, but like it's like, well, like the offensive line didn't block, and then he also like the scheme doesn't use him in a way that AK is successful to be used in. But so it's an interesting question. I think if push came to shove, I would probably lean towards yes.
With that, especially when you factor in, kind of his comments, even though he never was derogatory or nothing like that this season. You know how AK is. AK slick with his words. You know, and I could see them being like, look, he might be one of those people we have to get out of here. You know, as far as like people that we want to buy into our program, to the DA program, whatever that is.
He was the first person, the first player on the team to, I believe, tweet something supporting in Jameis, if I remember correctly.
Yep, sure was. Sure was. That's my naysayer. That's my naysayer. So, you know, like I could see that. I could see that. And for him, I could just see him wanting to go somewhere just like, man, I just need a fresh start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Like, I got a nice little resume on me. I could see myself going to, if I can get to, I don't know, Philly, San Fran, Detroit, I don't know, Chargers, you know, maybe lay back up with Sean Payton in Denver. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I could just see him, you know, just kind of wanting to move on. You know, this is the season of changes. Belichick leaving New England, and Pete Carroll, and Nick Saban. You know, I could see people just, you know, making a change.
This man talking about all coaching changes around the league, and we not in that equation at all.
Stay the pet, bro. It's like, what the hell going on?
When we our dude Tony asked when we hopefully fire Dennis Allen midway through next season, who on the current coaching staff would you want to take over as interim head coach? I want Darren Rizzi, bro. Like I saw all I need to see for.
Bro, them special teams coaches always like they're some of the greatest interim coaches you can get because they always hype. You know what I'm saying? Players usually love the special teams coaches.
Love
so
them.
Like I don't know if he'd be like a great head coach, you know, but man, for like 4 or 5 weeks or something like that, man, get Rizzi up in there, boy. You know, they probably go on a 5-game win streak. We gonna be arguing like, man, should we keep Rizzi?
Keep Rizzi? Well, you say that. The funny thing is that's what the Raiders found themselves. They've essentially found themselves in the same position twice, bro. They found themselves in that position with Bisaccia, and now they found themselves in that same position with Antonio Pierce, and it doesn't look like they're going to give Antonio Pierce the job. I don't know. I don't know.
Is it the melanin? I don't know, bro.
I mean, who knows? Our dude Dash asked, what players do we know for sure we are losing this offseason? What ones do you think could be salvageable? So someone, and it's escaping me, someone put like a really good, like essentially like the list in our Discord earlier. And like, there aren't like a huge amount of players that are free agents that the Saints are going to lose. Like the big one is like Pete right now because of how well he played at left tackle. That's really it. Like I can see them wanting Malcolm Roach back and as a rotational piece. A smart team,
Zach Bond.
You read my mind, bro. A smart team would try to prioritize maybe getting Zach Bond back on a deal that makes sense, and actually let him rush the passer consistently. So, but I don't know if Dash, if you meant like just free agents or just like players in general, like just anyone who may be like off the team.
It's hard to say. Mike Thomas, I feel like 95% sure he's gone.
Yeah, I would be
shocked. He wasn't even with the team like at the end of the season. He wasn't like I think he gone. You know what I'm saying? But that could change. We thought that last season, and I don't know, but I just don't see it happening.
It feels different. It feels different.
It feels different. You know what I'm saying? It feels much different.
Wait, is that the D? I can't tell. Pause. Oh, he said because we know we could lose players like Lattimore in the trade most likely. Okay, so if we're expanding it, I think Lattimore's a strong possibility. Michael Thomas, like Ryan just said, AK, Taysom, and I don't know if they would do this, and I'm not hearing anything that they would, but like, and it literally be the definition of hustling backwards. But like, wouldn't it be some like wild shit if they traded like Chris Olave and Trevor Penning, bro?
Wow, bro. Wild. But I mean, that would be crazy to do that to Chris.
It'd be insane.
Because even though he had like that little kind of, you know, sophomore slump, towards the middle of the season, like he shook out of it, which was what we were saying like the whole time. Everybody was like, you should trade him, diva, blah 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 blah. I'm like, bro, just let the boy work through it. Let him work through it, man.
It's like also this man is being coached by Derek Carr or by Dennis Allen. His quarterback is Derek Carr.
Come on,
like
man.
cut that man a break. This man went from playing with Justin Fields and CJ Stroud to Derek Carr. Think about that. Think about it.
But I mean, if I'm the Saints, I want to, you one of the positives coming out of this, you got a nice little core of wide receivers here. You know what I'm saying? You got Chris Olave, Shaheed, A.T. Perry showed much promise going down the stretch. So it's like, man, that's something I could build on. That's actually something I could say, okay, not saying you don't want to add pieces to it, you still should, but you can put that to the side, like, okay, we got that going for us.
At the very very least, that's something that we as a team that we have going for us. Our dude Mark, much love to our dude Mark. Ground Up Nola, in case you need some landscaping.
Ground Up Nola, boy. I'm telling you, boys,
will our internal turmoil due to subpar coaching and management affect our ability to bring in quality free agents to fill holes? I don't think so. The thing that makes it difficult is that Ryan said on our last show that, like, for the Saints, their credit card is already like maxed out. Like, their credit card is maxed out as if like they are wearing like Gucci, like they just walking around with like Gucci and Chanel and like all that. But like their season was like they just went to like TJ Maxx, right? So when your credit card's maxed out like that, you have very limited like flexibility of like how much you may even have to offer a free agent to sign to the team, especially players in the league talk, bruh. Players in the league talk. And I'm not saying everyone on the team has a negative impression or a negative experience with Dennis Allen, but I'm sure maybe at least probably half do. So if players in the league talk and there's a free agent coming from such and such, and they ask, and I'm just using him as an example, I don't know, but like they're asking Eric McCoy or something like, hey, like how the situation, and Merrick be like, bruh. So I think so I don't even think it's a coaching thing. At this point, it's a lot of things NFL wise is reputation in the coaching and player wise. And so they are kind of like screwing themselves in some ways. But again, if Mickey puts a price down and a free agent wants the money bad enough, it'll happen.
Right. It depends. Like if you're a high targeted free agent and you got like choices, like would the Saints be on your top of the list? No. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a free agent and you're just trying to get paid, and the Saints are willing to pay you, 9 times out of 10 money makes the moves. You know what I'm saying? And even with the Saints cap constraints, if they want to pay somebody, they still can. You know what I'm saying? They can still make those moves. If even if Kai leaves, because Kai is great, but what I'm saying, he probably still gonna leave his Excel spreadsheet and formulas behind, you know what I'm saying? So he'll still be able to do the cap maneuvers. I think. I don't know. It'll be interesting because if he goes to Carolina, that'd be fascinating.
It would be very fascinating. Let's see. Who I saw a good question. I need to. Okay. Keon, shout out to our dude Keon who was at the Rams game with us for the West Coast Rams meetup. Need to know y'all's favorite moment as Saints fan, except the Super Bowl.
Well, that's easy for me.
Go, Nick. Go. Naysayer.
Naysayer. I don't think YouTube cares about nigga. I think
of course they would. All words. They're like, no, Whitey. You can say it as much as you want and as loud as you want. Go ahead. We don't care about that.
Nah, but Hakeem dropped the ball, bro. Hakeem dropped the ball, man. Like that was the best feeling I ever had up to that point. You know what I'm saying? Like in football, in sports, like I can't compare that feeling, bro. Beating the greatest show on turf when they were just beating everybody, just the greatest team on the planet. Our first season with Jim Haslett, Jeff Blake get hurt mid-season, Aaron Brooks come in, lighten it up, and we sneak into the playoffs, backdoor to the playoffs, and we playing the Rams, and people like Rams gonna do what they do, and Hakeem dropped the ball, bro. That was a great feel. That's this is something I never forget, man.
Saints Dolphins 2009.
Ooh, definitely up there, boy. Definitely.
That's when I knew.
Everybody see that.
There was no way in hell they should have came back and won that game. No way.
Bro. No way, bro. That game was crazy.
Let me ask you this, bro. Did this Allen team come? I know. It's funny. I know. So that it was just like you never really saw Drew get super amped or anything like that, but like after he had scored that touchdown on that sneak for the second time in that game, and he dunked and he was hyped, like that was for sure mine. So I have a second one, and it's kind of weird though because of what the ending was, and because I got to experience it live, being in Candlestick and seeing Jimmy Graham catch that pass, bounce off of Patrick Willis, and go and score a touchdown, and being surrounded by 49ers fans, and when he goes and scores that touchdown. This is not hyperbole. This is not an exaggeration. You could have heard a pin drop in that entire stadium. Like it went roaring to silent, and it was just mwah. I don't want to talk about what happened afterwards, but in the moment, it was fantastic.
D said Joe Horn pulling out the cell phone because I was in the building, man. That put the Saints, like the low key, that put like the Saints on the map. Because like, man, that was back when, like, bro, like people be thinking about the media don't talk about the Saints now. Saints ain't getting no play back then, bro. Like no play. You watch ESPN, national media.
And that was a Monday Night Football game too, if I remember correctly, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it was a primetime game. And boy, they was talking about that. They had all the talking heads talking, bro. It was just like, man, they talking about my team. You know what I'm saying? It was crazy.
Wayne said, "Man, what game we most likely to blow a lead in next season?" I don't know. We got to get a lead to blow one. Wayne, pause. Like,
I would just go ahead and throw the Broncos out there.
League gonna be it's gonna be Saints 3-0 and the final gonna be 53. 53, I can't, bro. 7 Impa says, thank you for the super chat. We really appreciate it. Do y'all think we trade back in the draft for once? Quarterbacks, wide receivers, and should go early. I'm guessing maybe edge rusher or like lineman. Unless blue chip edge or tackle wide stay, this team needs picks. This team does not operate. That is not their modus operandi at all.
Especially in the first round. Maybe late rounds, but first round, it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen.
Just don't do it. If anything, they're going to trade up.
I said this on the first live show we did, and I said it is absolutely wild to me that the Saints, like, there's things that could happen in the draft that could like easily lead to like Brock Bowers just dropping to them at 14.
Oh yeah.
And for like having one of the best tight end prospects. So I'm not saying he's going to be great, but as a prospect, he's one of the best, if not one of the best tight end prospects of all time. And because of everything that's happened this season and everything we know what's going on in the front office and all that, it like that's a pick where like if that's made, I should be like screaming and jumping, be like fuck yeah, and whatever, and be excited about it. And it's just like okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like
yeah. Well, I don't know, man. Like, Derek Carr might cook with him. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I just don't have much. You just don't have faith, you know?
He'll cook with him when like it's 4 games left in the season. There's like really nothing to play for, bro. Like let's keep it buck, bro. Like
let's keep it buck, man. Like
that's a great. Speaking of MOs, bro. If you want to talk about quarterback, that is a great MO, bro. Just like
it is, man.
Just being like mostly not good to like terrible, like a little like 3/4 of the season, and then like the last 4 or 5 games, you're like, all right, let me go to work for a little bit.
No meat.
Like, oh,
them evals starting to get close. Watch it. Okay, let me cook. Let me cook right quick.
Got to get those meats expectations. So I can
expectations, man.
I don't need exceeds. I just need meats right now. That is Derek Carr's MO as a coordinator.
MO, bro. MO, bro. I swear.
Can y'all imagine what Sean gonna try to do to the Saints next season? He gonna try to do what the Dolphins did to him, like legitimately.
We know Sean. Like we know Sean. Come on now. So Sean, one thing that he does consistently, he gonna try to rip your asshole open, bro.
Bro, gaping.
You saw it against the Rams when they had Greg Williams. We saw it back in 2006 when he played Parcells. We saw that's just how he rolled, bro. He gonna try to do it to you. It'll be interesting though, cause like DA knows his scheme too, and like I could see DA trying to cook that week. But I mean, I put my money on Sean on that.
Easily. We got about maybe 10-ish minutes left. Yeah. Tony said Sean can't help himself. He'll be out for blood. Absolutely.
Blood, bro.
Gonna try to airtight us, bro. Airtight. And everyone wants that to be the meetup game in New Orleans. And I was like, no, like as someone who like handles all like the logistics, even though people say like we don't know logistics of like the meetups and everything, that game is going to be the like highest selling game of the season for the Saints. There's
is it in New Orleans or is it?
Yeah, it's in New Orleans.
Oh, okay. There
is no possible way financially that game is going to be affordable for everyone that's trying to go to the meetup game. It's just not going to happen, especially because the Saints apparently like don't give group rates.
You sounding like Loomis right now, bro. So trying to say our listeners broke, man. We got some ballers in the listening.
Let me preface this. For an organization that does not offer a group rate to a fan base that has 20 plus people coming to a game and opposing away teams do, and then to get those tickets, I have to get them on a secondary market, and they get charged all the taxes and the fees and service charges. That game is not going to be affordable, bro. Like I'm like Kyle right now, bro. I know the numbers. Bunt said Sean with Caleb. Shit. Listen, I hold it very small. I hold very small amounts of ill will towards Sean, like for whatever. Like, I get it, man. Like sometimes you are burnt out. You just need a change, and I understand that. And I try not to begrudge him of that too much. It would infuriate me quite a bit if he does something like trade in 3 first-round picks to go up and get a Caleb when like he could have traded a 3rd or 4th
or day 3 pick in
something and got Mahomes. Like, bro, it would piss me off, bro. I'd get over it, but it would piss me off.
I could see it though. You know?
Oh, I could easily see it, bro. And then, bro, I don't know. That would be a hard game to watch, bro. Like Sean coming to New Orleans with Caleb, like nice and shiny, bro. Just against a DA defense.
Oh man.
And Caleb's mobile. Oh God. Good luck. Okay. Anyone want to talk about like the actual like playoff games? Well, we got some time left. Okay, so Mark, this he said that he asked if this is a Stanley tumbler. Fun fact. I had to get a secret white elephant gift for work for our Christmas luncheon. I went to Five Below to get one because of what the price constraints were. I saw this, well, not this one, it was a different color, but I saw one of these that were like, it was right in our range of what the white elephant gift was. And then I'm like, I picked it up, I'm like, this is sturdy, like this is nice. And so I was like, well, shit, let me get one for myself too. So if I don't know if Five Belows are like all over, but if there's a Five Below near you, you can get a nice, very nice tumbler for very affordable prices. And it's not Stanley, but it looks like it is.
Okay. My dude, Saints Talk New York, man. I've been on this podcast. So what up, brother?
Sorry. I'm sorry. I missed that one.
Oh no, you good. He asked, do you think Kendra and AT can replace Kamara and MT? Nah, I mean that's a little poor man. Nah. I mean, but look, Kendra look like he showed some nice juice, at the end of the season. It's just like, can he stay healthy? And with AT, he just got to continue to build. You know what I'm saying? Like I like the way he looks. I liked him as a prospect. I like the way he looks. But that's tall order. You talk about AK and MT, bro. That's a tall order right there.
People like before MT got hurt, he literally was on a Hall of Fame trajectory as a wide receiver, bro.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah,
I would. I mean, and look, and the thing I keep going back to why I think AK might be traded is the little I listened to that DA presser, he kept talking like
that too.
The young guys, right? The young guys out there.
Young guy. And he talked about AK. He was like, well, look, 15 years, he said something like, 5 years ago, I wouldn't run the same that I would be running now, something like that. He was like, basically pointing out that AK lost a step. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, that's interesting. Noted.
Yes, London. AT is the future. Pelly goes, a lot of former Saints in the playoffs. Who shows out? I mean, I know CD's in the playoffs. Like, who was all in the playoffs, bro? Like, Brandon Cooks.
Brandon Cooks, yeah. I think he's gonna do something.
I'm curious to see how the Dolphins handle the temperature being eight below at Arrowhead Saturday night. I'm curious to see how the Chiefs handle it being 8 degrees. Like that, that's not a Dolphins thing, bro. Like 8 degrees, below is 8 below for everybody.
8 below is for everybody, bro. But Tua, Tua is frustrating, man.
You know what's funny? I think this is really funny. Speaking of the Chiefs who came out, I cannot think of a more perfect example of a coach in the NFL who has shown that he is better suited for a role of defensive coordinator than Steve Spagnuolo. Like he was a highly touted DC for the Giants, and then he got the Rams job, and then he was with the Saints, and then he became like the interim head coach when all the Bounty Gate stuff happened. And then he's like gone back in his like role of just naturally just being a DC. And yes, those Chiefs teams have had some good defensive players, but and they have Chris Jones, and Chris Jones is a fantastic elite player, but he has done a lot of great things in like scheme wise, this like scheming stuff up, blitzes as a DC that defense consistently overachieves from what its actual talent is. And it's funny because that's who he is, and he knows that that's his lane, and I'm going to stay in that lane. I tried the head coach route, and it didn't work for me. That is Dennis Allen. Like that is word for word who Dennis Allen is, and Dennis Allen is a person who is promoted. Like everyone's had a person at their job get promoted for like a role or position that that they had no idea, no business being promoted to.
Mm-hmm.
That is what the Saints are dealing with right now with Dennis Allen. Yes, Cooks has been making some big boy catches lately. And here's the funny thing about Cooks, right? And maybe this, and I think some of this is just like sometimes you got to get older, sometimes you get mature. Sometimes there's the thing about like this growth is that he's not the wide receiver one in Dallas, and obviously he's older and not in the prime of his career. He knows that CD Lamb is the number one guy, and he benefits a lot from that. And is able to make a lot of plays because he's the number two guy. The young Brandon Cooks would have an issue with that because the young Brandon Cooks wanted to be the guy. Now he's like shit. Let's CD get that cornerback one. I'll eat cornerback two a little bit.
Exactly. He's become a pro. You know what I'm saying? He's become a pro. And good for him, man. Like he had a lot of concussions and stuff like that.
He did, man. He did.
I was like, oh, bro. And the fact he's still playing is crazy. But he, that skill set, that skill set's still there, bro. That boy
legit
fast, legit fast, bro. And there's always going to be room. There's going to be room for that on the team.
Always. Timber says Bucks have a real shot at beating the Eagles. Both stumbling. The Eagles look like they would lose to the Saints. Even I don't. Like, yes, I think could the Eagles be got? Yes. Could the Bucks get them? Yes. Could the Saints could have gotten them if they had made the playoffs?
I don't know.
I don't know, man.
It depends. It depends, man. It depends on the type of Philly team they get. But I mean, Philly, it's been rough. It's been rough this year.
How and here's an interesting thing as we kind of wrap this up. I do think. How do I word this? I think if Philly doesn't win, I think Sirianni's out. I think if the Bucks lose and the game is not competitive, I think Todd Bowles is out. How? And at some point, I need someone in the Saints media to ask Mickey Loomis this question directly. Is that you have a this is all hypothetical, right? But you have a coach that took their team to the Super Bowl and almost won the Super Bowl and gets fired a season later. You have a coach that won the NFC South, was in the playoffs, gets fired that same season. If this is happening in the NFL, why are you as an organization and as a GM are content with complacency and the head coach of the team has not made the playoffs in 2 seasons?
Please respond. Let me read this. I tweeted. I posted this in a Discord earlier, and I just keep reading it because it just blows my mind. This is from Jeff Asher, Crime Analytics. I think he goes by.
Crime Analytics.
He's not on
Twitter.
But he's not really on Twitter no more. He's on the other Twitter, fake Twitter. He was
Blue Sky.
Not Blue Sky. The other one. What was the other one?
Oh, don't say Threads.
Threads, yeah.
Oh, Threads is
awful. He's either that on that or Blue Sky, whatever. He was trying to get it. He was like, man, y'all need to come over. I'm like, bro, we tried, bro.
Can't do it, bro.
I just can't do it, bro. But he had an article on what did it do? WGNO or whatever. He's a big statistician, analytics guy, big time. Like New York Times, all that shit. He was with the U.S. intelligence. CIA,
right? Yeah.
But he don't give up the goods, though. I thought about like trying to get him on to talk some intelligent stuff, but man, he's a company guy. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna give up the goods. Anyway, but shout out to him. That's my dude. Okay. He says, there have been 115 NFL head coaches who began coaching since the merger, which is 1967, something like that. Coaching since the merger and have coached 70 or more games. Only 5 out of 115, only 5 have a worse winning percentage than Dennis Allen. Think about that, bro. Like, think about all of them shitty coaches you've seen. They got better records. They got better winning percentages than DA.
I know Adam Gates does.
Adam Gates, Jim Haslett. I saw somebody like DA better than Jim Haslett. Jim Haslett smoking.
Stop it.
Jim Haslett smoking DA, bro. Smoking DA.
Jim Haslett went to the playoffs, bro. Won a playoff game. What are we doing?
Sherman? Like, come on, man. And Lou,
what are we doing?
Standing on business. He's standing on business like, this is my guy right here.
That's my guy. The the mango cut water hit a little bit. This nigga getting me upset on this bitch right now, bro.
But like I said, bro, I know Loomis is like, baby, but he's 16 and 18 with us.
Mark,
as if that's like a.
He's still not over 500. You okay with mediocrity? Like when as a business organization, and you are at the end of the day, the bottom line in the NFL is to win football games. When did the job description change? When did it become okay being 16 and 18? When did it become okay being 9 and 8? And now you're trying to like play the keyboard and have it being reported like we as fans should be okay with it being 9 and 8 and not making the playoffs with an easy schedule, relatively pretty good injury luck this season, got amazing injury luck for like the other teams where like key players were out, and you still couldn't take advantage of that, and you had your quarterback that was handpicked and paid all this money too. When did that become the standard? I need to know. Someone got to tell me when that became the standard.
Please.
Like that's what it boils down to, is that when
you catch?
Go ahead.
In the DA presser, there was one part where he was, I guess he was talking about how, like what you talking about, like we haven't reached the standard, and he was slick with it. He said, the last 3 seasons, it was 9 and 8, 7 and 10, 9 and 8.
I heard it.
Okay, you gonna stick that little Sean Payton in there, like just to kind of just say like, hey, yeah, he was 9 and 8 too now. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't just say it just me. He was 9 and 8 too. Like, man, get out of here, bro. Like,
but he did. But you know what? He didn't say that the Bucks had Tom Brady at the time, right? Like you can't
Tom Brady.
You can't like the Panthers, even though they were bad, they weren't this year's Panthers bad.
And the roster was very different than it is now. Like, come on now.
And that season, Sean Payton had to start Ian Book in a game against the Dolphins.
Ian Book started for the Saints. Ian Book, Trevor Siemian.
But anyway, D goes, what is the percentage that Nick Underhill, Rappaport, and others are wrong that D is coming back? 0. Like he's back. Like I don't like
he's not going
there. There's nothing out there left.
What do you make of the secret team stuff with Belichick? Like there's a team that already that has a head coach that is very interested in Belichick. Because Femi Abebefe, he mentioned the Saints. He didn't mention the Saints as like, they could be a team, but he was like, hey, if the Saints should look at it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, you really don't know the Saints, bro.
No, at all.
From a business standpoint, it makes 100% sense.
Oh, it would. Right.
I mean, he's a Parcells guy. You dealt with a Parcells guy. Like, it makes 100% sense if Saints wanted to be interested. I know a lot of people feel the type of way about Belichick or whatever, but man, give me. You know what I'm saying? I would take that any day.
I would. I wouldn't anyone but DA. But my only thing to that is that Belichick coming here in this hypothetical, fantastical world, and Mickey Loomis is not like a true like GM. So then Belichick would insistently be like de facto GM in terms of like we've seen what
that would be my stipulation. Like we seen how that worked, bro.
Right.
You can't have you can you could collectively run the team like build a consensus and stuff like that, but we're gonna have our scouting staff, we're gonna have our pro staff, you're going to make that work.
Wayne said, where is the multiverse where DA and Loomis win a Super Bowl? I don't know. We gotta get America Chavez on this podcast, bro, and just have her open that up.
Remember when like Doctor Strange was traveling through all of the different universe, like the animated universe and all that stuff?
There's one of them.
He'll be traveling all day trying to find
it. just falling, Ryan. Like, oh, I
can't. It's gonna be a long time till he hit that bitch. I don't know where it's at, bro.
Him is fear. This is the last one. Then we'll wrap up. I don't even know if this is a question, but it's a statement. I don't understand why is it that Loomis is so hell bent on keeping Dennis Allen. All the coaches took the week off. Decision is expected to be made next week, but why keep Dennis Allen? So I think I want to clear something up. There is no decision in regards to Dennis Allen's job safety. Like this is not like they're not discussing if DA is coming back or not. It has nothing to do with that at all. If anything, what I think it is, and I don't know this. I think they just trying to formulate like the list of like what players they actually going to try to get rid of. Because like again, this team through the media has sent it's propaganda. Let's just call it what it is. It is propaganda. And what it is that like these players like and it's the crazy thing is it feels racial too.
Ooh.
Can I talk about it? Right?
You know Adam. We know Adam. Always talking about race.
But who are the players, right? Who are the players? AK, Jameis, Michael Thomas. It's these cultural tweaks that they want to make, and you have someone like Jeff Duncan as a mouthpiece trying to like do this propaganda of painting these players in a certain way of like, oh, they're just this disconnect and there's animosity, and it's like
studying tape.
Like, what do you expect when these players were coached and was receiving greatness every day, and they know when they went on the field that 9 times out of 10 they had a great chance to win the football game because they had leadership and they had coaching that they could count on, and they went in the game not expecting to keep it close. They went in that game, any game that they played under Sean Payton for the most part, they went in those games expecting to win.
Believing they could win. Believing they could win.
Even if the talent, like even if they maybe had like a stronger team, right? I always go back to that Ravens game, that 2018 season, bro. Like the Ravens were like a thorn in the Saints side and Sean Payton's side and Drew Brees' side as long as Drew was with the Saints. They just bullied them and whatever. Yes. And they got over that Ravens hump. And that's why that season should have been like the second one, right? Mm-hmm. But you as a player and as a professional, that was your standard. That was your standard when you came into the league. That was your standard.
It was up here.
So now you have someone who comes in who's a head coach that's like a substitute teacher and doesn't know how to lead, or the way he does lead is a very shady, slimy way and backstabby way. And he's not a football savant, at least, you know, in totality, like Sean was, and he doesn't have the notches on his belt. And he doesn't hold the quarterback accountable when he handpicked the quarterback.
That's a big one now, bro. It's like, you know, and Ava Trice talked about that on that recent podcast she did. You know, and what she was basically saying, like, it wasn't that the players like quit on him, but it was just like they did just enough. You know what I'm saying? It's like what's that? Office Space. Remember Office Space, where he goes to like the Applebee's restaurant or whatever restaurant right there. And what's her name? Not
Jennifer Aniston.
Jennifer Aniston. She wore just enough of the pins, and her manager was like, "Hey, you know, you need to add more flair to your thing." And she's like, "You know, you told me I should wear 11, and I'm wearing like 11 flares. Like, what's the problem?" He's like, "Yeah, you know, put more flares on there." You know what I'm saying? And that's how it is. Like, players are like, they're wearing their 11 flares. They're like, this is good. Like, I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm at practice. I'm showing up every day, blah, 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 blah. But they're not going the effort to where it's like, man, we trying to win every game. You know what I'm saying? We trying to go undefeated. And good coaches, great coaches make you believe that. Say what you want about Pete Carmichael. I mean, Pete Carroll. You go look at any player he coached. Pete Carroll made players believe, bro.
Absolutely. Like, Pete Carroll is a great motivator. It has been since like USC, bro.
Always, man. Always. They make believe they could fly in the wind or whatever they could do. but they believed they could win every game with Pete Carroll. Whether it was Fugazi or not, they believed it. And I don't know, they see the fakeness with DA. They just say,
say it again, bro. That's what
I'm saying.
You can't trick players in the league when they know. You can maybe do that with college players, like people who are young. These are grown men. These are adults. They smell it out. They sort it out, and one of the things that still worries me the most of DA getting like another season or even like a half a season or whatever is that his tendencies of like just being like just losing, bro, just losing. Like I don't want a head coach as a loser, like infecting other younger players, right?
Right.
Like that spreads. Like you. Perfect example,
bro. I keep thinking about that. Yeah.
Alontae Taylor is a perfect example of that.
Yep. Perfect example, bro.
A loser coach is going to breed like there. I mean, don't get me wrong. There are players who just come in the league and they're just dogs. Like regardless of,
they have that whatever it is in there. It's just those are hard to find though. Those are hard to find.
Oh yeah, D said ain't nobody running through a wall for DA. I said on the podcast, bro. No one will run upstairs for DA, bro. A wall,
3 flights.
Nigga, I'm talking about one flight of stairs, Ryan. One.
Can he text me?
No. Hey, AK, can you give me some? No, I'm not. I'm not doing it.
I'm so fascinated at the Saints all season, like OTAs, voluntary OTAs, and all that. I really want to see them show up because they showed up this past year. The first year they didn't really show up. The second year they showed up. They came in like, look, let's go. DA up in here, let's go. I'm interested to see how it plays out this third year with all this happened. I really want to see who is really bought in, and I know they want to see. The Saints want to see who is bought in. Who is like, okay,
they write names, bro. They write names,
bro. That's what I'm saying. This is gonna be a long stretch. We ain't gonna know who getting, red wedding or whatever. Who getting chopped off. We ain't gonna know. It's gonna be like a long stretch throughout the off season. And we gonna be here to cover it.
That's simple, man. That's simple. I want to read Tony's last thing. It's not even a question, but leadership is way more important than X and the O's when it comes to a head coach. You can get coordinators to handle the X and the O's, but the head coach needs to be able to get the players to buy in. Absolutely,
100%.
Absolutely,
100%, bro. That's 100%. Like that's the key right there.
Ooh, I got. Oh my God. We're gonna end on this one because there is not topping this comment right here. Tie offline. Because this hits close to me with my job, right? Mickey keeping Dennis Allen on the Saints is like a mother choosing a boyfriend over her kids. I'm going to go even more deeper than that. Tie offline. It's like a mother who is in an abusive relationship with a boyfriend who is also abusive to their kids is still choosing that man over her kids. We cooking tonight, and I see it every day.
All the time.
So
choosing the man.
I don't want choosing the abusive partner. We're progressive.
Okay.
2024. Choosing the aggressive partner over
partner's abusive, bro. Women, man.
But let me
in between
a little more with the analogy, right? DA just finished 9-8. DA just came home with some flowers and said, "Hey, baby, whoa, hey, I'm changed. I know I may have done these things in the past, but I changed my ways, and I'm sorry. I apologize. It won't happen again. I love you. This is what is happening right now with the Saints, bro.
Happening right now. Loomis, free yourself, Loomis. Free yourself, man.
Mickey Loomis in an abusive relationship. This man don't even know it, bro. Let's get this man in some DV support. Get Loomis in some DV support classes to help him see the error of his ways, bro. Just saying. I'm just just saying. So we can't top it, but thank y'all for joining us. We got like 103 views. We got 29 concurrent views, which means like I'm guessing that means we got like 29 views like all going at the same time as like the height. So every week
we doing this every week.
We gotta fine tune what the right time is in terms of doing it, so we can get maximum. I don't know, like the every time zone and people off work and all that. Ryan tends to be like a night owl, but he's like a night owl like on Central Time, so like it's later. So we gotta figure it out. But thank y'all so much. Anyone who I want to give shout out to Brian for the super chat, and shout out to Seven Imtis for the super chat as well. We appreciate you. We appreciate all of y'all. We are potentially going to try to have someone on the show next week because I think we worked out all the kinks. We figured it out. I know the button to hit now and not be a dummy and not record for 5 minutes without it actually being live. So we got y'all. If anything happens that it requires an emergency podcast, we will try the best to our ability do that emergency podcast. If you missed the show or you didn't catch all of the live show, if you are a Patreon, the Patreon audio version of the entire show will be available for Patreons only. If you're not a Patreon, you can just rewatch it. You can watch the whole thing on YouTube or just become a Patreon. But thank y'all so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. We have a lot planned this upcoming off season. We have some great ideas and getting some guests on the show. Hopefully it works out. We want to keep it tucked, kind of surprise y'all. So hopefully it works out. But we'll be back next week. Thank y'all so much. We love y'all. We appreciate y'all. With that, we're out.
Peace. Boom, boom.